Welcome out to another one of the Art of the Builder videos where we're going to talk about the concept of customers. Now, we've all probably heard of the term customer or client, and we have an idea in our mind of what that means. But I'd like to expand that a little bit according to what we learn customers really means according to lean thinking. And so I want to draw our minds to the fact that probably when we hear the word customer, we're probably immediately thinking the building owner. Who paid us to construct this building? Who's actually sending the checks? Who are we billing, right? Who do we work for directly? That's probably our first thought, and we wouldn't be wrong. A lot of times we actually take that a little bit further, and we also say, well, it's our trade partners. We should treat our trade partners like customers just as well as we do the building owner. And I would say that that's spot on. That's exactly where our mind needs to be. Most of the time we're in this kind of a mindset, though. We usually think about treating trade partners like customers in relation to pull. And so I've got a neat little graphic up here that shows two images. On the top, there's a line of people waiting to get onto an airplane. And the image to the right is of the seats on the airplane, right? So we think of this concept of pull being, hey, when the first passenger gets in, the second passenger can come, then the third, then the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth. How does that relate to how we deal with and treat trade partners on site? We usually think of it as when one trade partner is done with an area, then the second one can come in, and then when they're done, the third one can come in, just like boarding an airplane. And that's how we treat each other like customers. The first contractor moves out and leaves this area nice and clean and swept and beautiful and pulls other people into that area. That's a really neat concept, but I do want to also take it just a little bit further. We're not just pulling people into different areas, and that's not the only way that we respect trade partners. Let's expand the definition just a little bit further. But first, I'd like to expand our concept of who are our customers. Is it just the building owner? Is it just the trade partners? I would actually venture to guess or offer the perspective that it's also our neighbors, the neighbors that we work with. It's also the vendors. It's also the pedestrians that are walking by our project site. It's also the motorists, the workers on the project site itself. These are all customers and should be treated with a high level of respect. And ultimately, treated in a way to where their families, the women and men at home, can really experience their spouses coming home as their best selves, safe, respected that day and taken care of, and their career being advanced and them having a good experience so that they can come home and be really, really good family members. So the customer is not just the building owner. It's not just the trade partner, and customer service to trade partners isn't just flow through the building where we move from area to area. It really should be expanded to wow, we can treat our trade partners, our neighbors, our vendors, the pedestrians, the motorists, the workers, and their families at home just as well as we treat our primary customer, the building owner. So let me give you two quick little analogies. And I really like these two stories, and I think it'll help expand our mind just a little bit. Let's pretend that you went into, let's say, Cold Stone Creamery, and you were like, I want to order a vanilla ice cream with chocolate sprinkles on the top with a little bit of mint, right? You said, this is my order. This is what I want. I'm going to give you my $5. If they came back and said, well, we got your chocolate ice cream, and we put caramel on the top, and we thought this would be better for you. We really thought that this would be better value for your $5. I wouldn't be giving anybody my $5. I'd be like, I ordered vanilla with chocolate sprinkles and mint, and I didn't order a chocolate ice cream. So when we think about customer service, I want us to get into the mind frame of it's not just what we think people need, but it's actually respecting the nature of people and respecting their actual needs and their actual wants. Are we delivering something to our primary customer because we think they need it, or because we know that's what they need and want? Are we treating workers the way we want to treat them? Or are we treating them the way they want to be treated? Are we treating the neighbors and the pedestrians the way we have decided, or are we treating them the way they want to be treated? So I like this little ice cream example in this video. It really comes down to the fact that in order to really treat somebody like a customer, you have to know what they need and what they want. This is too fun and too funny to not give you one more story. I once heard an analogy one time of a person going down to a Ford dealership and saying, hey, I would love a Ford F-350 with off-road tires and the entire off-road package, and I want it with four-wheel drive and towing capacity. What would we say if the car salesperson was like, okay, where are you going to drive it? Where are you going to be? How far away do you work? Where's the office location? What if they came back and said, you don't need the F-350. You need an F-150, two-wheel drive. You don't need the off-road package. And we've decided this is the best value for the dollar that you're paying. This is the car that we're going to sell you. How long would you be in the dealership? You wouldn't be there very long because you would say, I ordered an F-350, off-road, four-wheel drive with the entire package. I don't care what you think I need. I want what I ordered, right? I want what I need and I want what I want. So when we think about customers and this whole concept of lean really at the end of the day is about answering a customer need, answering customer wants. At the end of the day, we work for customers and we respect those customers and we know what they need and we know what they want. And so we get into their mindset, their frame of mind. We care about what they think. And so that concept should be translated to all of the people that surround our project sites. Do we know what our trade partners need and want? Do we know what our neighbors need and want? Do we know what the vendors need and want? How are we taking care of pedestrians, motorists, workers? And do we know what families need when it comes to taking care of their loved ones when they're at work? And so I want to close out with this one slide. Let's really dive in and engage in this concept of the customer. And the fact that the owner, the trades, and anybody that interacts with our project site is either a potential customer or one of our customers. So that means that we will do the same type of things. We will have the right meetings. We will provide the right planning. We will provide the right focus. We will give them enough attention. We will huddle when we need to huddle. We will swarm with our labor when we need to take care of those groups. We will show forth an extra added measure of care. We will align all of our vendors and our outside network to take care of that customer. Anything we would do for the building owner, we should also be willing to do for the other customers on site. And so what I want to say is that life and construction really gets remarkable when we understand this concept of customers and when we treat everybody that interacts with our project site like a customer. And that's when we really get into this lean thinking, which drives us towards respect for people, stability, total participation, and then ultimately continuous improvement and remarkable quality. It's only when we see people as customers that we are driven to that level of expertise. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Here's my question for you. What can you or I do tomorrow to better view the people that interact with your project site as customers? And how can you increase your customer service to create raving fans? On we go.